Hey, what's up? It's the first video of the summer. Uh, and I was watching SourceFed Nerd. Go watch this video. It's called "A Wacky Goofy E3 Party with Steve and Booth Babes," and then has two exclamation marks at the end. And there's just this one part where there's this toy lying on the floor, and he walks up to it and says, "It's okay, little girl. I'm going to take you to the lost and found." And I thought, wow, do you know how weird it would be if you're sitting on a bench, and then you see this guy walk up to a toy, and then he says, "It's okay, little girl. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you." It's just, oh, that would be so weird. Like, oh man. And it's like you don't know what's going on. At least with him, it's like, well, there's a camera pointed at him. At least he's probably just doing this for the camera. But just imagine if some guy, random guy, is like, you can't see any point in him doing this. He just walks up to the toy and says, "It's okay, little girl, I'll help you." Oh man, that would be really weird. I mean, if he walked up to a toy that's just lying on the floor, yeah, that would be really weird. Uh. Ow, that hurts. Um, what have I been doing so far over the summer? Those are my books. I'm gonna read them over the summer because I don't really have a reason, just because, I don't know. Like, spontaneously, I got up and I just went over to my books, all of my books, and, all of my books that aren't for kids, and I just put them into several piles. Excuse me. And then I just said, well, by the end of the summer, I'm gonna somehow read all of these books. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So right now I'm reading Allison O'Brien on Her Own, which is about Allison O'Brien, and so it's the end of the school year, and she's in the principal's office, and the principal says to her that well, here, let me explain Allison's background real quick. Her mom is Marsha Madison, and Marsha Madison is a famous movie star, and her mom is too busy doing whatever it is she does. She's too busy partying with, she's too busy being famous to actually take care of her daughter. Like, there's this one scene in the book where Allison finds her mom's list, and the list finds her mom's list of things that she's asking her secretary to do. And one of the things on the list is, she tells her secretary to write a letter to Allison. Okay, that's so messed up. It's just, no. You don't know. You're just terrible mother. Oh my god. So for all of Allison's life, she has been taking care. She's lived with her grandma. Her grandma didn't even take care of her. She had a nanny that took care of her, and she met her mom, and her mom didn't even let Allison call her mom or mother. She says, "You have to call me Marsha, and you have to act like you're my younger sister." So terrible, just awful mother. And so when she was finally old enough to go to school, she spent like she's 14 years old, and she spent like the last 8 years of her life at boarding school. And in the summer, she would go live with her grandma. Sorry, my head's just itchy. And so she's sitting in the principal's office, and the principal says that she has to go to this camp called Camp Wanatanka. That's probably not how you say it, but Allison says it's this terrible camp she doesn't want to be at, and so she has a train ticket, and she goes up to the guy, I guess the terminal, I think it's called, and she says, "I need to trade my ticket because for a train to New York." Oh wait, yeah, let me explain it. So Marcia has a penthouse in New York, and Allison has a key. So she thinks if I can get a train to New York, I can get. They use my key to get inside of the penthouse, and Marcia is in Istanbul filming a movie. So she goes and so she trades her ticket to Camp Wanatanka for a ticket to New York. So she gets on the train, gets to New York, and goes up to the penthouse. And she goes on this whole adventure. Um, yeah. So she um, um, so uh, she spends like one day in New York, and she realizes she has her mother. So yeah, Marcia sends her money, sends Allison money, but she doesn't really have it. She sends her money like every month or something like that. So, but she never really she doesn't really have anything to do with the money. So she just has all this money that she takes it to New York with her, and it most of it is spent after one day in New York. Uh, and so she's sick and tired of like she's bored of just like because before so she finds out that this is part where she finds Lola's list because she realizes that Lola that why doesn't Marcia it's weird because she finds mail and she thinks why is Marsha's mail still being delivered to the apartment, and to make it even weirder, it's all every time the mail comes it's stacked up in a nice neat pile, so that's even weirder. And she thinks Marsha has a secretary. Yeah, so she looks around and she's like this, like she's destroyed the penthouse, so she cleans everything up so to cover up the fact that she's been there. And she looks through the mail. Oh no, wait. So I forgot what happens, but she discovers this. Uh, she looks at the mail pile and she sees a letter with her last name on the top of it. I mean, on it, and she looks at it and it says, she opens it up, and she's like her justification is it has my name on it, so uh I can read it. That's so she gets like the teapot, the what is it called, the tea kettle, and she uses steam and makes and like opens up the envelope like she goes James Bond on this, and she opens up the letter and starts reading it, and it's from her grandpa, from her dad's side, um, and she's like, and the letter is like, "I'm dying." Like her grandpa's saying it's to Marsha, and she's saying, I mean, he is saying, "I'm dying. Let me see my granddaughter." Um, and it like just let me see my granddaughter before I die. And Marsha clearly wasn't going to do this. So terrible. And she what was I gonna say? So Allison is she's like, "I'm so sick of Marsha lying to me and controlling my life." Like Marsha, but even in the letter it says that like this grandpa was sending letters to Allison, and Marsha asked the school to take the letters and get rid of them. Like just so terrible. Um. Uh, so he has there's money in the envelope and a ticket to go to Oregon, Temecula, Temecula, Temecula Point, Oregon. I'm probably saying that wrong. Uh, that's where her grandpa is, and she's like so sick of Marsha. Like she doesn't have she's just so sick of this life that she's been living for the past 14 years. So she gets on the train and goes to she disguises herself as a 18-year-old girl that has just graduated from high school, and she says that this is her cover story, and she says that I'm going to uh, Seattle, Washington to take care of my aunt who's sick. Um, yeah. Um, and I'm not that far in the book, but it's so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, go read it. So I have two books of Alison O'Brien on her own. It's volume 1 and volume 2. Volume 1 has 2 books in it, volume 2 has 2 books in it. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's like 4 stories, and they're, oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, I've read these stories before. I'm reading it again, and it's so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Alison O'Brien on her own, Make Lemonade, and I can't remember. That's not good. Well, Make Lemonade and Alison O'Brien on her own. Oh, and Dr. Dolittle. Those 3 books are my favorite. I love them. Like, they're just, oh man, they're amazing. Um, Dr. Dolittle is so basically he's sitting in I think in his kitchen, and it's raining outside, and he's writing in his journal, and his parrot Polynesia, I think is her name. She says to him, I don't know how this conversation starts, but she says, "Did you know that animals could talk?" And he's like, I knew that parrots could talk," and she says, "Yes, but you only understand me when I speak human language. You would never understand me when I speak bird language." So she proceeds to teach him about um, all uh, the verbal and nonverbal language of animals. And by nonverbal, I mean she says because a dog comes in and he like lifts his ear or something, and that basically means he's asking a question, and the question is, "It stopped. Didn't you notice that it stopped raining?" Yeah. It's so good. And Make Lemonade is about a woman. I can't remember any of their names. Um, who she has 2 kids, Jilly and uh, um, Jeremy. Uh, and um, and she's a single mom, and she's living in this disgusting, terrible apartment. She dropped out of high school. She's working ridiculous hours. It's just, oh my god, it's like so terrible, and she's like so overwhelmed. She like is, oh my god, yeah. So she puts up she can't really, she can't go to work because she has to take care of her kids, but she can't take care of her kids because she has to go to work. So she puts up a notice at the local high school, I think, to for a babysitting notice, and one girl responds. Yeah, and she so this girl helps her get back into high school. She babysits the kids, uh, like, and she cleans up her apartment. She just like restores her life. It's amazing. Um, yeah, Make Lemonade. It's so good. That's my other favorite book. Make Lemonade, Dr. Dolittle, and Alison O'Brien on her own. Oh, they're so good. What else? Yeah, I saw my dad today. Yeah, because it is Father's Day, so that was fun. Um, what else happened? Sorry, I'm like looking at my games right there. Uh, I guess there's nothing else to talk about. Or I'm just like, I looked over and I saw this. Yeah, I probably shouldn't try and show this to you because it's gonna be really difficult to get the camera to aim that there. Um, so I guess there's like these mirrors on my wall. If you can see them. They're little circles, and one of them fell, and I just looked over and I noticed it. Yeah. See you later. Yeah. This is gonna be a great summer. Hopefully, I'll be able to upload videos the entire summer, at least once a week. See you later.